Hi there. I've been kind of off a while for, posting on YouTube, but it's been an amazing journey this time off. So I've actually been doing the farmers markets, my local farmers markets, and able to do people's numerology sessions and actually have created this healing brand into beautifying numerology. And it's been so cool to help other people bring this insight. And I think in the beginning, I didn't really realize, the full picture of this journey. And I saw the signs and signals, and, definitely was receiving that extreme passion and indication and guidance. And the cool thing is that, it was kind of discovering the whole purpose of, being available to bring this insight in like a fun, loving way, and in my previous videos, I did mention how, there's always a higher vibration of each number for numerology, or you could be on the lower vibration. But essentially, what I realize is that I want people to really see who they are inside. I want them to see the potential. Like, for instance, if somebody is a life path 6, right? Maybe they're more on, the lower end of the vibration of the 6, but they really are a loving, heart-centered person. And they have such this ability to deeply connect with others. And they're super nurturing and caring because they are that mother. They are, they're meant to embody and master that mother nurture energy, right? And, sometimes I'll get 6s, and like I said, they're not really embodying that full higher vibration of it, which is okay. Sometimes we fall on the lower end. But, when they have that insight in a way where it's like, no, I am this person. This is why people feel comfortable around me. This is why, I give off this healing, energy when I'm interacting with others. This is why strangers come up to me, why animals and kids are gravitated towards me, or why I feel like I really want to, give back and be of service and help other people, but with, that genuine feeling of wanting to help others, so that's been really cool. And also learning from other people and seeing, from sometimes I'll get people that are 80 years old, or they've definitely have lived their life, and learning from others as well has been such an amazing journey. And I feel like I'm also getting that connecting with different people around the world, because there are people that come from like Europe and other parts of the world that I'm able to connect with and talk to, even if it's just for like 10-15 minutes. It's learning what they've gone through, and seeing how this really does, their numerology really does tie into what they've experienced in life, and it's having that appreciation and that gratitude, and seeing that the stuff that we have overcome, the stuff that we possibly didn't think that we could make it through, right? And this has a lot to do too with, like, if you, for instance, if you have master numbers 11, 22, and 33, right? You already know that you have a double vibration of that 1 or that 2 or that 3, right? There's an extra indication that there's more learning, there's more opportunity available as well. But usually, you know, and probably like what you have found online when you've researched this, it's harder for, you know, master numbers to really, well, essentially master, you know, that 11 or 22, 33. It's not like, oh yeah, like I'm easily a master number 11, or I'm easily a master number 22 or a 33, right? But it's, you know, moving towards that, you know, and maybe it's this 11 energy month that we're collectively going through in the month of May that I felt called to come back on here, because I've been feeling really into this deeper connection and feeling this kind of growth without it necessarily happening, especially where, you know, I'm trying to figure out, you know, the next steps and everything with my own journey. But what I've been, you know, hearing from a lot of people and seeing online is that people are a lot more sensitive. They're a lot more kind of in their mind, which, you know, 11s, me being a heart centered or a soul urge 11, I definitely have the tendency to overthink a lot, you know, or be, you know, seen as weird or awkward, or, you know, like sometimes people just, they might not understand where I'm coming from with my ideas or thoughts or creations. And, you know, maybe this will help you also in this video, but if you feel like there is something that is pulling and urging you and your heart is like, yes, go for it, take a chance, do this thing, because you know what, a lot of what you want to do, it might not be really that achievable if you stay in conformity. You know, if we get so much in our head where we don't want to bring our creations to life, bring them to this world for others so they can, you know, be able to benefit from it, right? So, you know, if you are feeling this 11 energy right now, take the time, stay extra grounded. If you feel these sensations or body cues or anything, you know, notice when they happen. Are they around people? Are they around, you know, something that possibly might have happened a long time ago that is bringing about this feeling? Or, you know, just really pay attention to the body. Our body is such a beautiful tool, and that's another thing that I've been really working on for myself in this journey since I've been off YouTube, is paying attention to my body, paying attention and recognizing, okay, where is it that I became ungrounded and I started taking on things, right? Because whether, you know, we want to acknowledge it or not, we're choosing to take on stuff that isn't ours, right? Some of that could be discernment, some of that could be, you know, feeling empowered or disempowered, or, you know, with our creativity, do we feel that we can express ourselves with authenticity and truth and love, or do we feel like we are blocked because, you know, there is a part of us that is hesitant of, you know, being out there and engaging, and, you know, part of being creative is kind of being vulnerable. You know, vulnerability and creativity, I feel like they can definitely go hand in hand. So, you know, strengthen your confidence, strengthen that creativity. Maybe it's your throat, you know. I've had this too, where literally, you know, sometimes it will be hard for me to talk, you know, around some people, or, you know, I'll get that clenchiness where it's like, okay, like I need to speak my truth, or, you know, maybe I'm holding back, right? Which can be another common thing for life path 3s, or, you know, maybe in a 33-6, definitely have had that shyness that I've had to break through. And it's allowing me to see that it's important for us to speak our truth. It's important for us to be authentic and to be real, and to, you know, be an inspiration, and, you know, use our words. Our words are powerful tools, and they can be used to uplift others, or they can be used to, you know, bring other people down, right? But of course, we always want to use it for the highest, you know, the highest good, to inspire and uplift other people. Words are our energy, right? Our words are energy. Everything is basically energy, but the words that you use every day are energy. And the more that you know, tune into that as well, and acknowledge that, it might be easier for you to kind of shift some of the words that you use, or at least acknowledge them and say, you know, maybe I was feeling this during this time, and I acknowledge, and, you know, I'm moving through this, but maybe there is another way that I can, you know, I can deal with this situation, or I can see what other words I can use instead, right? Instead of denying that, you know, denying that aspect, we can acknowledge it and understand that we're moving through, right? So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of give you, well, some more indication of what has been happening. And yeah, I've been doing the farmers markets. I now have life path shirts that I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I've been able to incorporate and, you know, show people, like, everybody has a certain life path, but the cool thing is that through these differences, we all work cohesively, and we can all help each other move through this world, right? In our relationships, in our family. There's a reason why you don't have, you know, the same life path as your family members, because maybe they're here to teach you something, you know, or maybe you're there to teach them something, right? If you were with somebody, let's say if I had a whole bunch of 33-6s in my life, right? I mean, my father's a 22-4, and my grandpa too. But anyway, if I had a whole bunch of these master numbers, right, in my life, and we were all the same, how could I learn? How could I grow? You know, how could they learn? How could they grow? There's no fun in that, you know? There's no fun in just being stuck and stagnant. And, you know, this is truly the biggest gift, is, you know, working through. And yes, you know, sometimes you might not get along with everybody because, you know, maybe those, you know, life path numbers or the way their numerology is, it's harder for you to work with. But, you know, being able to develop an understanding and to not have judgment, you know, and especially if you have a lot of people with different numbers in your family, it's going to allow you to be able to work with other people, you know, and, you know, like if you have all of these different life path numbers, you know, even like, or even close to you, when you run into people with like a life path like 4 or a life path 5, you know, it's like you might be like, oh my gosh, like there's so many similarities, which everybody is their own, unique person and stuff too. But, like for instance, when I meet like a life path 5, my brother's a life path 5, and I used to see only the differences. And, I will do a video on life path 5, today as well. But, a big part of that is, if you have a 5 in your life, or, if you are a life path 5, you definitely are a change maker. You are, you kind of march to the beat of your own drum, because you're going through so much change and embodying that. And it's like, being able to embrace change, right? And change can be hard for some people, but it really is a beautiful way to move through life, being able to adapt and, change. And I always say that life path life path 5 is, the path to help us move through being able to adapt, right? With our universal year of 5, we were really asked to adapt to different things. People were changing jobs, people were changing, relationships. There was different changes within our world, like lots of different change. And not only that, the energy as well. It was a big energy, very big energy. Maybe if you don't feel that, maybe you have, more 5 energy in your chart, so it wasn't as hard for you to move through, or it wasn't as drastic. But, speaking for myself and other people, with like their personal year and even their universal year, it really was a big hit. It can also relate to that, the Tower card, right? Where things feel like they're falling apart and everything is kind of crumbling, right? But in order for something new to bring about, the old has to kind of crumble. It's like embodying that new life. It might be harder when you're holding on to things that are of the old life, right? And at the time, it's hard for us to acknowledge that, because, maybe something that we hold near and dear to us, that is important to us, we don't see how letting go of something, how being able to embrace this change and be open, how this can actually benefit us, right? So anyway, that is what I've been doing since I've been off YouTube. Is I've been doing the local farmers markets at I've been doing the local farmers markets every week, Thursday through Sunday, and it's so cool, the stories, and even, just being there and talking to people. Some people are like, I've always had this indication, but I didn't know where to go. And, you're here, and I just had this like feeling that I needed to go to the farmer's market. And most of the time people are like not even thinking that there's a numerologist at a farmer's market, but then they see my booth and they're like, I just knew that I had to be here. I was guided here, right? I was guided here, and I knew I had to be here. And I think that's so cool. I mean, the amount of stories that I get with like, some people that literally, they'll go to a job interview and they'll see like a sign or something, and it gives them that indication like, yes, this is the right thing. Or, like I had another person that, they went for a job interview, and, the logo, was WM, but part of the lines were so faded that it looked like 111. And so she told one of the owners and said, I don't know if you realize this, but your logo looks like 111. And he's like, oh yeah, that's my partner. He has a big, he has to incorporate 111 and everything. Like, that's his thing, right? And then she saw 111 with one of my my angel number bracelets that I have at my booth too. And she's like, oh my gosh, it was such a synchronicity. And before, that was when she felt called to go to the market, and it was so cool. But you know, and I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to be at the farmers market and be accepted, even though I know that, you know, not everyone is for me, and I am just here for those that are open and possibly want some insight. But I don't need to force anything, because, you know, it's all energy, and if people really want this insight, then, you know, they can come and talk to me. And yeah, it's just been a beautiful journey. It's so windy here. So I'm gonna take off, but I will be back later, and I'll post that Life Path 5. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. It is Mother's Day. And even though it's windy outside, it's really beautiful where I'm at. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. And if you are feeling a lot with this month, with this 11 month of May, really spend time to see, you know, what you need to do to check in more with your body, you know, all of the things that you want to bring about as well. Really feel into it. Feel into your connections with others, your relationships, you know, with whatever you have in your life. You know, is it in alignment with you? Is it something that no longer needs to be in your life? You know, really take the time. Another thing too is, like, does this bring joy? I know this is kind of, you know, something that a lot of people might say, but really, does this bring joy to you? Do you feel happy? Do you get some kind of you know, happy cheerfulness, you know, attitude with wearing something, or, you know, whatever it is that you have in your life? Does it bring joy to you? Does it bring joy? I feel like that is something too, you know, that we can all, like, focus and work on as well. And also accepting that maybe you aren't here for everyone. That can be really hard too, you know. For myself, you know, with having that 11, I really wanted to, and also having, you know, the 6 in my chart, I really wanted to please people, and, you know, to kind of form what I wanted to do, or how I did things versus how people were going to react, right? And, you know, 11s as naturally being people that might be seen as, you know, awkward or weird or different, you can feel like you just want to fit in, and, you know, it's allowing yourself and giving yourself unconditional love for being unique. And, you know, I've incorporated zebra jasper, which I realize is an 11 vibration for that stone. And so what I've been saying to myself, and what I say to people now, is I'm embracing my inner zebra. Zebras are these beautiful, majestic creatures, and they're super unique, and they're super cool, and they're different, but you know what? They're amazing just being zebras. So if anything, embrace your inner zebra. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and I am off. Okay, bye.